matter where we are, we're in this together. With millions infected and far too many dead. Just a stark reminder, we're in this together. The global economy decimated real badly, blunting the future, causing most to suffer. The road to recovery is not going to be easy, so build our agriculture. We're in this together. And though the heavens fall, we can still.
From the heart of ZIZ Radio comes a political talk show like no other. The Edge, with host Devonne Cornelius giving you his take on the biggest stories happening in governance today. Got something to say? Let's hear it. Give us a call at 869-465-2555. Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. One solid hour of in-depth analysis of the machinery that makes our country tick. The Edge, cutting into the matters at hand.
Good morning and welcome to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm Devonne Cornelius and thank you for joining me in the program for today, Thursday, September 12th, 2024. When we open the phone lines, you may call us at 465-2555, 662-8674 or 718-577-2916. This program is also being carried live via our social media platforms. You can check us out on our YouTube channel at ZIZ Online and via Facebook at ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation. And we are also live on Channel 5 ZIZ TV. Again, thank you for joining me in the program for today, and I look forward to conversing with you, the listeners, and to hear from you, your ideas, views, concerns, suggestions, as it relates to matters of national importance. I want to share with you, I believe this is of public interest as it affected a number of radio stations in St. Kitts. The St. Kitts Electricity Company Limited wishes to advise that power has been restored to all telecommunications and broadcasting companies that have been affected by a recent extended outage at Otley's level. As stated previously, the delay in restoration to the affected area was due to the high-risk nature of the area, including overgrown vegetation, altitude, and the area's overall terrain. SCELEC, having completed its tendering process, selected an independent contractor to complete aspects of the work at Otley's level and was finally able to energize the area over the weekend. According to SCELEC's General Manager, Clement Williams, while restoration work may have been delayed, we are pleased that the teams were able to restore power to all affected safely. He said, quote, while restoration may have taken longer than some may have anticipated, the company had to ensure that there was due diligence in the completion of the work. We explored several options and finalized the best course of action for restoration, taking into consideration the cost, risk factor, and complete time for restoration. Our aim now is to continue to explore long-term strategies to ensure minimal interruptions at Utley's level. Skellig apologizes for any inconvenience this outage may have caused, and it thanks the affected customers for their patience during this time. For more information, you may call Skellig at 465-2000 or visit their website at www.skellig.kn. This is in relation to power being restored to telecommunications and broadcasting companies at Utley's level. We know some radio stations were off the air, and so that affected them in terms of getting information out and having to rely solely on social media. But they are now back on, according to this statement from the St. Kitts Electricity Company Limited. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I am your host, Devonne Cornelius, and thank you for joining me in the program for today. Still on the local scene, local/international, St. Kitts and Nevis is pleased to announce that nationals of the Federation will maintain their visa-free access to the United Kingdom through the upcoming rollout of the UK Electronic Travel Authorization Scheme. Now, the ETA, which applies to short-term stays for tourism, study, or business, will be a requirement starting in 2025. Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew expressed confidence that this streamlined process will benefit citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis, enabling easier and quicker access to the UK. He also highlighted the continued close cooperation between the government and the UK to maintain strong bilateral relations. Now, if you're looking for more information on the ETA and how to apply, you are encouraged to visit the UK government's website at www.gov.uk, and when you visit there, the information will pop up and tell you all that you need to know about the ETA, that is the Electronic Travel Authorization form. Basically, you're filling out this digital form asking for authorization for entry into the UK, and it applies to countries that have visa-free access. So St. Kitts and Nevis and other countries in the region that have visa-free access, it applies to them. The notice was issued on September 10th, and just to let people know, because some people were of the opinion that because of this, nationals of St. Kitts and Nevis would no longer be able to travel to the UK because they won't be able to travel to the UK. So this is to dispel that misunderstanding or misunderstanding, not miscommunication, misunderstanding, and to let you know that it will not affect that in any way, shape, or form. And all you are required to do from the 8th of January 2025 is to fill out this form using an app or an online platform. But as I mentioned, if you visit the UK government's website at gov.uk, you will find all of the information there. You're listening to The Edge here in ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I am Devonne Cornelius, and thank you for joining me on the program for today. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue our conversation and, of course, open the phone lines, giving you an opportunity to call in and lend your voice to the conversation at hand. Stay tuned, and I'll be right back.
Reaching you wherever you are, ZIZ Radio, the golden voice of the nation.
Hey, guess what? It's Radio Market.
Call in and sell your merchandise. You can negotiate and negotiate, give away and trade. Tune in from 10 in the morning until.
We on radio, internet and TV.
Like us, share us and subscribe to
ZIZonline.com.
And remember, we don't sell nothing over $5,000, eh?
Call
ZIZ Radio, giving back to the people.
Mommy, the water ran out in the shower.
Just rinse off with what's in the bucket. I don't understand this now. The day is hotter, last month was flood, now no water in the tap.
This climate change thing is real. My son works with the Island Resilience team, and he told me that if we do not start to change our behaviors, it will only get worse.
But what to do? We have to bathe.
I put in water use reduction shower heads, got an eco-friendly washer, etc. But it's bigger than that. The actual land is in danger from coastal erosion. The watershed is being dried up from indiscriminate development. Drought and floods come from some of the same wrong behaviors. We are doing it to ourselves.
But how can I save a whole island?
We can all save our island by supporting new policies, making small changes, and learning about the very real impact of climate change.
We, the people of our island nation, can make a change. A message of hope from Island Resilience, promoting a climate of change.
This is my land, my island, our home. It's time to come together to keep her forever resilient and strong.
Island Resilience, promoting a climate of change. The Climate Change Adaptation and Sustainable Land Management Initiative of the OECS Commission, funded by the European Union.
Go to islandresilience.org for more information or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Welcome back to The Edge and ZIZ Radio at 96.1 FM. We'll open the phone line shortly, but I wanted to make mention of something quickly, or share information with you quickly, and then we'll open the phone lines and begin taking your calls. At the opening ceremony for the OECS Council of Ministers meeting, which was held at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort, and this meeting gathered ministers of health, human and social development, and education. And the purpose of the meeting really was to address the regional challenges, the challenges that the region face, and how we can work with other member states to aggressively tackle these issues. St. Kitts and Nevis's CARICOM Youth Ambassador, Jalen Munzak, was present at that opening ceremony, and he said he believes that the OECS Council of Ministers meeting provides an opportunity for the region to address the obstacles impeding its growth. And so we come together and we bring our different ideas, suggestions, issues, and we see how best we can work to aggressively and actually addressing these challenges. The Director General of the OECS, Dr. Didicus Jones, was also present, and he emphasized the importance of prioritizing social empowerment, and basically saying that social empowerment is not just rolling out a number of social assistance programs, because you do not want a case where your citizens are heavily reliant on social programs, where they are not able to work, they are not able to provide for themselves, and they don't have this sense of independence. And so they rely solely on the state for resources. That is not independence, that is not forward thinking, that is not sustainable. And he stressed that. And he also spoke about the need for there to be accurate data and accurate information as it relates to population censuses. And with that information, or the information or data that would come out of the census that each OSS member state would do, it would better position us to make policies and to make decisions. And so the state now would know how much resources or what exactly is needed for a particular ministry. So social empowerment is not rolling out hundreds of social assistance programs, but even if you do roll out these programs, it is to ensure that they are working. That at the end of these programs, people are socially empowered, that you are putting them in a better position than when they entered the program. So at the end of participating in that program, after graduating from that program, they can look at themselves. The community can look at them. Society can look at them and say, this person has overcome, this person participated in this program, and it was successful. That is what social empowerment is. And I love that that was being stressed, because we know this topic of social assistance and social empowerment or social development could become a very hot button topic and could become sensitive as well, and people do have varying views, and that is absolutely fine. But you want to ensure that whenever you are rolling out these programs, that they are actually working, or else you might as well go and spin in mud, because you would not be going anywhere. And the purpose of having these programs is to ensure that people are being helped, people are receiving the assistance that they need, and at the end of that, they can now help themselves. So, thank you, Jalen, and thank you, Dr. Jules, for making mention of those very important facts and stressing the importance of these meetings, because it's not just for the ministers, the government ministers, but it is also for their permanent secretaries and the actual people, the movers and shakers of the various ministries that I made mention of. It is a meeting for them to sit down and share ideas and share suggestions as to how we move forward and how we develop as a region. When you're talking about social empowerment also, there are a number of other things that you must look at. Climate change, tourism, agriculture, all of these things go hand in hand. And we cannot be serious, we can't say that we're serious, the region that is, about social empowerment, if we are not investing in a smart way in agriculture, in tourism, in education, in health, in social development, and these other moving parts that would support social empowerment. It's 18 minutes past, and we'll open the phone lines and begin taking your calls at 465-2555, 662-8674, or 718-577-2916. Do we have a caller? We do. Caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Good morning, Devon.
How are you doing today? Good morning.
Fine. This is Duke. I got a couple of things to warn the nation about because of the trouble coming. First of all, I want to talk about insurance and the attitude working against our people. I might have to take an insurance company in St. Kitts to court, and I'll spend all my money to do it. Now, I have an insurance, and when I started paying this insurance, I explained to them to tell me what this insurance is for. They explained to me, I said, this is what I want. I got into an accident a year and 4 months ago, and now that the insurance keep telling me, assuring me that I am paying for a certain thing, which I would not mention, they're working against me now. I got in an accident with somebody and have lots of lawyers, big lawyers, writing me, threatening to take me to the court. Is a good thing. I am not afraid of the court. Now, the insurance told me I had an insurance for $750,000. get in an accident. Now the insurance called me a year after and telling me they only can give $250 towards the accident. Okay, leave that there. The reason why I'm dealing with insurance today is because I see a lot of unrighteousness developing in St. Kitts, and we believe that we could do unrighteousness and we would not be caught. That's against the Bible. The Bible says no. Everything that we do have a payday. So now that I've gotten in an accident, not willfully, the person only could get up to 250, not 750 anymore. I don't know why that should change without they telling me. Let's move on to something else. I want to say this morning that God has put upon my heart to thank St. Kitts and Nevis people for all the years they have been coming to me since I was on Pond Road. Because when I was on Pond Road, the people in Newtown, they spent a lot of money with me. But God laid on my heart this morning early when I'm doing my studies to call in on your program and say thanks to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis for supporting me so big in my business, because something is telling me I am coming to the end of my business life. 3, I want to tell people in this country that when you do good, good will follow you. 2 years ago, a lady called me from America. She said, Mr. DuPont, I don't know who you are, but I understand you're very good in running apartment and dealing with people lovely. I want people to see through what I'm saying that when you do good, you get a good feeling nobody have to know. So the lady called me and she said she wants an apartment in 3-4 months' time. But she wondering if I could make sure she get one because of what she heard about me. Did you understand that, Devon? So she wants an apartment in St. Kitts, but for me. Okay. So when the time coming up, she called. And she said she couldn't make it again because something happened in the family. But look what the woman did. Look what she was about to do. Send all the money that she had make me kept the building for. You reading me?
Yes.
I said, no, lady. Well, you really don't know DuPont for you. I wouldn't let you do that because you say something happened to your family. I want our people to think about working with people like that. Well, Devon, look what happened. The same lady who I stopped from sending the money to me, she now come and only still want to live in my apartment. And presently, as I'm talking to you, she's living in my apartment. Do you know the kind of blessing that has brought to my life? Unbelievable. Next thing, the guns. I don't know if I heard something right yesterday on the radio. When I was going for Island Drive, it seemed to me, like I heard somebody on the radio say we had another gunshot death.
Yes, that was in Nevis and Hamilton.
So it's really true?
Yes.
Okay, I don't listen a lot of news and so I am very worried. You know why? Come and share a little something quickly with you, young man. The Bible is the greatest book any human being can read. However, no other book has such an impact on people's life. The Bible inspires us to do what? To reflect Jehovah's quality of love, of mercy, and compassion. It gives hope, helping people to endure even the worst sufferings, and it continues to expose the elements of the world that are out of harmony with his righteous standard. The Bible says more than all else to be guarded, safeguard your heart, because out of it comes the source of life. So says Proverbs 4:23.
All right.
Today, I am very saddened when I'm training this morning on the track. Very sad, because they don't want people to know. I want those people who are listening and they don't have no peace to their soul, come to the Kim Collins track 6 o'clock at mornings. Because when you're running with me, we're going to discuss some godly standard that will give you joy. Yesterday I wake up and I play 3 songs from an artist a reggae artist out of Jamaica named Culture. He has a song, Pay They Will Come. He had a song, Pray Them Off. And he has another song which I can bring to you. But music is a stabilizing force for life for anyone who is suffering problems in their life. I am calling on parents again in St. Kitts Nevis after 40 years of radio. Please know what your children doing. I have a son. We don't talk. But Devon, listen to me.
Yes,
I have a son. We don't talk.
More calls, so please hurry up, wrap it up.
I'm going to wrap up right now. Thank you for telling me that. I have a son. We don't get along. We don't sit down and talk and drink nowhere. But if he's doing anything and I hear about it, I start to talk immediately. Check on that. I'm sorry I had to take up this time with the program, but I have some other things to say. I will deal with it perhaps tomorrow and otherwise, but something is wrong with our people. You know what it is? No. We are moving away from God. And if we don't come back, sad days ahead for us. Thank you for allowing me such a long time.
Thank you for your contribution to the program, Mr. Dupont. We'll head back to the phone lines and we'll take this call. Caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm not doing too bad for my age. And Mr. Dupont, good morning, my buddy. Carl Brown here, and good morning to the listeners from Monaghan. Devon, we can deal with a couple of quick, short things. One, to the Ministry of Education and the Minister. A number of persons that work in the schools that share the lunch to the children them are complaining, Devon, that the head teachers of those schools has done all that they're supposed to do, informing the Ministry of Education that in those kitchens, tiles are broken up, they need serving tables. Some of them even complain that they have to put the food on a chair to serve the food. And what table some of them do have is very low. They have to bend all the way down to serve. And they need microwave, they need a number of things in those kitchens. The workers complain they have to walk with spoons from home to give to the children. Even dippers to dip out the soap and share the food, spoon to share the food, and so those things are not there. Devon, that is very, very sad and very awful. And seeing school was on vacation for about 12 weeks and more, these things should have already done and put in place, and not to have school in 2 weeks and workers are complaining of lack of equipment to do the work that they are put there to do. So Ministry of Education, please to go and sort out all yourself.
If I could ask quickly, regarding the complaints that were made to the Ministry of Education, were these recent complaints, and do you know if they have since followed up with them, or if there has been a response?
That's
from the ministry?
Why they're complaining. They say they have not followed up. They are working in those kind of conditions.
Well, I would encourage them to follow up with the ministry. The ministry should respond, but I would encourage them to follow up.
Yeah, sure. Workers shouldn't have to walk with equipment from home to do that kind of work. Those equipment should be there. The other thing, Devon, this what they call it, 25 by 25? Oh, that's a waste of time. I hate to even say that word. Right? Now, if, like I always tell you, and I tell all the other talk show hosts them, it was not properly thought out and properly planned. And when you improperly plan something, Devon, it cannot be executed well. Now, here is it, Devon. If they had planned this thing good, the minister said to us some time ago that 100 and something greenhouses will be put in place for this thing. We are there, Devon. Because I drive and I travel right around the whole island, and you're not seeing these things put up anywhere. You're not seeing the workers doing these things that the minister claimed that was supposed to be in operation by this time.
So you believe that's one of the reasons why we've not gotten to our target for 2025? Well, we're not there.
I always tell you, Devon, we got to stop talking about 2025 and say 2030. Right? Because we are not ready and we will never be nowhere near ready. The other thing, Devon, in schools, every school, high school, all of them in the Federation have agricultural teacher. They have them doing agricultural science subject. But Devon out in the yard full of grass and bush, where they're supposed to be doing the manual work. And if this was properly thought out, Devon, and if they had come to the community in town hall meetings and things, they would have get some of these good ideas.
But I'll tell you though, as a student who did agricultural science, it is good to know the theory, yeah? Because when you know the theory, you get a better understanding of the practical. I hear your point.
Exactly.
You should still have the practical aspect of it, but it is very beneficial to know the theory part of it.
Yes, and Devon, here what happened. If this 25 by 25 had totally properly thought out, here what would have put in place if they had come in town hall meeting. Because they know Carl Brown with a shop and give them some wonderful ideas, all for free. He would not cost them not even a guineas. Here what I would have put to them. In the schools, you support the schools, you get some of the business community, sit with the business community around the schools, right? And you put the idea to them what you want to do. Here what would have happened, Devon. Some of these businesses would give, to agricultural tools and so. The agriculture department now with a backup with the slips and the tractors and some mooring and that kind of thing and so. Then the children now and the teachers would have been out there planting up these things and getting them ready. You know what would have been happening to us, Devon? We'd have been ready for the 25 by 25 because along with the farmers, along with the business community, we're there. Here the worst part about it again, Devon. What they should have done is do what Mr. Eugene Hamilton did when he was the Minister of Agriculture. Mr. Eugene Hamilton get some goats, some big breed goats, brought them in. Farmers was allowed to get the animals breed and get these bigger goats, which would give them poundage.
All right.
If they do all of that with all the animals, Devon would have been ready.
All right,
but like I say, it wasn't properly executed. They're gone.
All right, caller, thank you for your contribution to the program. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Good morning. I am calling because I have a concern. In June of 2024, I was in the Federation because I'm a retiree and I'm supposed to be receiving Social Security. They were putting the money in my account in a timely manner, but as of a year or two ago, I realized that it is 7 months, 3 months, 4 months. Now, I was down there in June, and I told them, you all owe me for 4 months, which they did put it in at the almost before I returned. And I told them, if you guys have a change in policy, you have to let the retirees know that, well, you're going to get your money in every 3 months or every 2 months. But now I send their stuff via WhatsApp. I'm looking at my account. This is September. At the end of September, it's going to be another 3 months that no money has been going into my account, and I'm a retiree. Despite I living overseas, I have paid my dues in St. Kitts Nevis, working in the sweatshops, working in the factories, as they have put it. And while the ministers are playing politics, people are suffering. Thank God I'm here. But other people in the Federation are suffering. In 1 week, I spent $3,000 just being there for a week in St. Kitts. Things are hard. And they could play politics, but I need my money to go into my thing in a timely manner. And if they have a change in policy, they should let the public know.
Yes. Caller, question? You mentioned, hello? You mentioned the change in policy. Was that change communicated to you since you've inquired?
That's what I'm saying. If they have a change in policy, they didn't say that they do, because when I asked to speak to the director, they said the director wasn't there. I asked to speak because I was so frustrated, and I paid $1,000 to leave North Carolina to go down to St. Kitts Nevis to have it straightened out. Then I spoke to the secretary and I said, you all have to let me know if you all are going to change this thing for every 3 months instead of every month, because I'm going to look every month. I said, you are supposed to be sending me something in the mail, so I won't be taking. I called only last week. I said, I sent you all the life certificates, everything via WhatsApp, and you told me you got it. So why is the money? He said the check is going upstairs, and they're late in getting the check. This is September. I sent it to you at the July 1st.
Hello?
Hello?
All right, caller, yes. So I was asking with regards to the change in policy. You're saying that there is a change in policy that has been communicated
Not that I'm aware of. That's what I'm saying. If they did implement one, they should have let the retirees. But as far as I know, no. Okay. So the answer to your question will be no, as far as I know.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about that. I would encourage you to continue to follow up with Social Security regarding if there has been a change in policy, and to ensure that they have the accurate information, whether it's your bank account or your mailing address or whatever.
And let me tell you something, sweetie, and I don't want to be abrupt or cut you off. They have everything, because the last money was sent in June, the ending of June, when I went down there and threatened them with a lawyer. They put my money in the account. So they have all the information. So it has nothing to do. While the ministers, while I was there in June, and 6 ministers is going out of Taiwan, the country, there public policies and other things that needs to be addressed and to take seriously, because people's lives are being affected. And this is my concern. Then I heard you all are trying to change the age of retirement to 67. If you're going to deplete the treasury because of your frivolous lifestyle or lavish lifestyle, and then you think that the locals are going to suffer. That is why it's called democracy.
All right. Thank you for your contribution to the program. We're gonna
have a great day. Bye-bye.
We have some more callers on the line. Let's take this call. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Yes. Good morning, Mr. Cornelius.
Yes, good morning.
We can talk some agriculture right now. I could recall back in the 60s, early 70s, the ordinary person who would have been working in the sugar industry, they would have been given 2 or 3 rows of cane field land to plant. So when the time carnival comes, they would have added income. Agriculture speaking of. And Robert Lowell in Bradshaw. Right now, like agriculture, it's in the water, drowning. Not drowning, don't drown. For example, right, we have our own drilling rig for water. We have a drilling rig we brought in. Right now, it's at a standstill over at Keon. Sometime this year, going to make a year since they find water over Keon. I advised them long time ago that rig, while it should have never been there sitting down, they should have already went and they got these 2 wells for agriculture. One of the well heading into Cannery area and the other well going further into the eastern side of the country. There and then, you would have had 2 new dams to hold water. That's jobs. Agriculture industry, uplift. But presently now, it's like the Minister of Agriculture and the Permanent Secretary, just they alone, we must all remember. I went back to senior high school.
So you're saying that nothing is happening in agriculture?
That I am a farmer. I am telling you, presently now, I am at a standstill, waiting, I'll tell you, since December of last year, Agriculture Department sent a bulldozer on my land. My land is the fence already, you know. Drip lines involved, you know. Push down the fence. Until now, the land is not cleaned.
So when was the last time? When was the last time you followed up with the ministry? When was the last time you called to find out the status of the issue or whatever?
Mr. Cornelius, the first thing I want to let you know, the permanent secretary told me he no longer going to come up on my farm. while he harvesting, how much tons of agriculture produced was left to be destroyed, that's left to rot, while we are importing from America. We must also remember America was built out of agriculture. Could you remember this term? No taxation without representation with the Boston Tea Party.
All right. Well, I will encourage you to follow up with the Ministry of Agriculture, the
Mr.
PSR,
Cornelius,
the Minister, or
is Mr. Cornelius, I'll tell you something, right? It's a vendetta, total vendetta. The consortium, you have a group of farmers come together and we are being killed. When I say killed, not literally, I'm talking about financially. How could a group of farmers, we never knew each other before, you know? For this 25 by 25, we came together. And and then again, the authority, the police, how could they allowing somebody to commit crime against me and I'm going to tell me I must live with it? They open the door for crime to commit. This man pull a fence across my fence. I can't complete cleaning my fence. I can't complete cleaning my land. I have already lost over 5,000 seedlings presently now. And next set of seedlings and they were germinating. And it's no way I'm going to continue losing. This thing with agriculture, as I said it during this week, you know. This thing started back in the early 70s, you know.
All right. Well, you've made that point already, Colin. We do have to take some other calls, so thank you so much for your contribution.
Mr. Cornelius, please take my number and give me a call. I want to sit down and we could discuss this thing in depth. My number is 668-2555. My name is Koshroy Tweed, Koshroy Tweed. Please do that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your call. Let's take a break. Okay, here's a caller. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Good morning. Hello, caller. You're on the air.